Good evening, fair, wonderful, beautiful people of YouTube. I still haven't fixed that intro yet. That's a problem, isn't it? I keep getting caught out by it because I'm supposed to see the logo, then it transitions. I haven't fixed it yet. How are we all? How is everyone here on this fine Sunday evening for this 1 hour Sunday show? And I thought I'd bring up a topic that's arguably a hot topic right now because we know that the Astra Militarum Codex is coming very, very, very soon. And there's lots of rumours out there about some of the things in the narrative in this codex, etc. None of which are confirmed as of yet. And it got me thinking, like, when you think 40k, when you think Warhammer, you think Space Marines, you might think Tyranids, you think Chaos Space Marines, and all these things that you think kind of personify 40k. Like, I think Space Marines is probably the most key one in that regard, right? People think 40k, they think Space Marines. They're the poster boys, they're the poster child for the 40k universe. But what got me thinking is, what it got me thinking is, are Space Marines the most important aspect of the 40k narrative? They might be the poster child, they might be the thing everyone thinks of, but are they the most important aspect of the 40k narrative? And I think the answer to that one is no. Theoretically, I think the most important faction to the 40k universe, narratively, is in fact the Astra Militarum, is in fact the Guard. And there's a number of reasons for all of this. And the basic sort of premise to this theory solely comes down to the fact that the Guard are human. And I know that seems like a very obvious statement to make, but there's a couple of implications to this, okay? So first of all, the Emperor of Mankind goes forth from Terra to unite all of mankind together. He uses his Space Marines, his Thunder Warriors, his Space Marines, his Custodies, etc., to unite all of mankind. So the whole point in this crusade across the galaxy is for the good of mankind, humankind, essentially. So the whole narrative is based on this need for mankind to control the stars, to expand and to reunite after Old Night. So the first reason why Guard are most important is because they represent the race that kind of the whole narrative is set around, realistically. The core center sort of arc of the narrative is focused around mankind. Yes, the warriors are the Space Marines, the leader is the Emperor. They are arguably not human, but they all came from those kinds of beginnings. Even Space Marines come from humans. So that's the first reason for the narrative. Personally, the first reason why I think it's so relevant, because they are the central story arc. They are the people that the Space Marines are there to protect. They are the people that the Tyranids are trying to devour. The Orcs are trying to attack. The Chaos are trying to corrupt. So I think that's one of the reasons why they're the most important. The second part of this is because of a Guardsman's experience on the tabletop stroke in the universe is the one that we can most closely relate to. And what I mean by that is, I've said this before, right? What I mean by that is, can you imagine yourself as a 7-foot-something super soldier with 3 hearts and 25 lungs? No, you can't. Can you imagine yourself as a soldier with nothing but fatigues, flak armor, a helmet, and a rifle? It's much easier to do that. So our frame of reference for everything that goes on in the 40k universe, our frame of reference for how big a Tyranid is, or how terrifying an Orc is, or how scary a Necron at Tomb World is it's easier for us to understand the terrifying enormity of some of these things from the eyes of a human. Now, the reason why this is one of the things I've been thinking about is I've been listening to another Caiaphas Cain novel on Audible, and I've listened to tons of novels. I've listened to anything from Jane Czar, which is Eldar, to Infinite and Divine, which is Necrons, to Lords of Silence, Death Guard, multiple different Horus Heresy novels, etc., Custody books, and all great, all amazing novels that I love and I adore, and I think they're beautiful, well written, interesting, fun. But I always find myself going back to something like a Caiaphas Cain novel. And I think the reason why I always go back to a Caiaphas Cain novel is simply because it's more familiar for me. The characters are more relatable, so the frame of reference is easier, And it's much, much easier to kind of imagine myself in that scenario to a point. Am I making sense? Do you get what I'm saying? So I think that is the reason, personally, why I think the Guard are the most important faction in 40k. Because they are the central story arc. The Space Marines seem like they're the central story arc, but they're in the galaxy to protect the humans. And the Guards are the army that give you the greatest frame of reference for us as people to understand what this terrifying galaxy is like. That's my theory. That's my 5-minute theory. Right? Doesn't mean I'm right. You guys can tell me what you think. Clearly. Obviously, I've got my trusty cup of tea ready to go. Right? You guys can tell me what you think. You guys can tell me if you think they're the most important. If you don't think they're the most important, who do you think is the most important and why? Answers on a brightly coloured paid-for postcard. Why is my member goal off? It's not showing. Is it showing now? Have I fixed it? I fixed it. Cool. Answers on a brightly coloured page. You know what I'm saying. Whilst you're thinking about that, whilst you're thinking about your response, whilst you're thinking about what I've just said, don't forget, whilst you're here, if you are listening, if you are watching, hit that like button. Make sure you're subscribed and turn on that bell notification to make sure you don't miss any other videos, streams from us in the future. You beautiful people, how are we on this fine Sunday? See a couple of tags already. No, if you think most important is the AdMech, without them there is no Imperium. Listen to my reasons, well, then see if you still agree. Do Guard establish a baseline human for all players to relate and give context to the superhuman and Xenos which came after? Yeah, I agree, Kiral. Exactly. I agree. I'd be happy enough as a servo skull, I think. Very little responsibility there. Brilliant. I think I could probably just be a servo skull. I think I'd be happy with that. Behind every successful powered Ceramite superhero stands 1,000 torchlight wielding, outrageous t-shirt wearing warriors with titanic balls of steel. Exactly, Dave. Exactly. Exactly. How are we anyway tonight? How are we on Sunday? How has our weekends been? Have you all had a better Sunday than me? How have our weekends been? It's been okay. It's been okay. Where are we? Corpses is what feeds the Imperium. True that. My spirit animal is a Haruspex. Feed me, says Dave. I've seen you at a restaurant. I can believe that. As a 6'5" tall, pointy-eared, naturally psychic member of a dwindling and ancient yet naughty and advanced race, I too can identify with the common guardsman, says Soups. Warmaster Will says, you know me and Guard, but without them there'd be no Imperium. Yeah, but without humans there's no Imperium, Will. That's my point. Without humans there's no AdMech. This is where we're going chicken and egg, right? The AdMech didn't come first. Humans came first. So without humans there's no AdMech. Without AdMech there's no Imperium. I agree with your point. But without AdMech, without humans there's no AdMech, right? Did you mean the Astra Militarum? The Guard. Yeah, the Guard. Yeah, absolutely. Been building IKEA furniture all day. Sick of my life. That sounds awful. Been busy doing stuff around the house, says Kale. Oh. Kai, you still haven't got in touch with me for your dice. They're still here waiting for you. Welcome, though. It is a reductionist perspective. The most important faction reduces back to human, and the motivation is one of survival. Exactly, Kai. See, Kai gets it. You're my boy. Kai gets it. Have been away for the past week celebrating one anniversary, so very happy to catch a live stream after time away. Welcome back, Kieran. We welcome you all here in the court of the Emperor. Great Go Football and AOS, says Big Rom. Dave, I've had an okay weekend. I'm a little bit down in the dumps, sick of having no central heating or warm water. I want a bath. Yeah, that would grind on me after a while, mate, absolutely. Not that I have baths, but still, no hot water would grind on me. Oh, I agree, but they'll be wiped out by any other faction right now. I get it. I agree, Will. I'm with you. But there is still no need to survive if those humans don't exist in the first place. There is no AdMech. There is no Space Marines. There is no Emperor. If there's no humans, none of it exists. None of it. I played against Leagues of Votan last night. Those bikes are super good. I won the game, but only had a unit of cultists and a master of possession left at the end. Yeah, they're obnoxiously good. Took the kids to truck racing at Brands Hatch. I've been to truck racing before. It's amazing. It's amazing. Incredible. Nordos is kicking us off with a gifted membership. You're a fucking hero. Thank you so much. So important to us. So important to us. I can't express how important gifted memberships are to us. How important memberships are in general to us. Thank you so much. Among other things, I think they've needed to give perspective to the super soldiers of this art. Exactly, Boomdaka. That's my point. All right, they're a better frame. They're an easier frame of reference. They give you perspective. Had a great weekend with my son, says Colin. Good man. Good man. Hey, Lehman. Welcome, dude. Laura says not particularly interested in humans in fantasy, and I don't think they're vital in sci-fi either. I don't think, to be clear, Laura, I don't think they're vital to general sci-fi on the whole, really. But in the 40k sphere, in this narrative that we've all delved into, I think they're really vital. Not because we need humans for sci-fi to work, but just because the whole overarching storyline is around the survival of the Imperium and man's expansion from Terra to unite the races across the different planets and the different scattered segments of the Imperium, to unite them all together under one rule of the Emperor. And in that regard, I think that they are absolutely and entirely unequivocally pivotal to the whole of 40k and relevant and needed. If the story was different, maybe we wouldn't need it, but the story's not different. Sorry about the dice. What do I need to do? I'm okay with you gifting to a deserving cause. Kite, no. You super chatted a lot of money. They're your dice. They're your dice. I just need to know where I'm sending them to. That's all I need to know. The most important race is chickens, otherwise we wouldn't have the chicken and the egg theory. Humans are only an afterthought to talk about it. Yeah. What came first, humans, chickens, or eggs? Don't get me wrong either. I'm not saying, by the way, I'm not saying you should all love Guard and Guard should be the thing that you care about. I'm just saying that the whole introduction of the 40k narrative is about Terra and its expansion, and every other narrative that exists interlaces with the Imperium in some way or another. Typically involves humans to a point. I'd love Games Workshop to bring out different heads for my Guard. I really want to build a Vietnam Air Cavalry theme. That sounds cool. I mean, you can do that, but you need third-party parts, right, ultimately. What does a clock do when it's hungry? Oh, fucking hell. Fanukin, his fucking jokes are back. If Kai doesn't want the dice, can I volunteer myself as a worthy cause, says Soups. You can, doesn't mean I am. I'll listen to it. Dave B says I came first, most definitely. Mrs. Dave B said that too. Smiler Maniac, evening fellow massive member havers. I think my guard are... I think my kind of guard are VAT down, so not 100% your normal guard. VAT drown. What do you mean, Will? What do you mean? With no humans, the setting would be boiled down to orcs, elves, and undead and demons. As a fan of fantasy, this idea gives me the horn. Well, exactly. I mean, I'm not saying it can't work without them, but the whole narrative would be very, very different. Of course, it could work without them. This is what I'm saying. We don't have to have them to have 40k, but in the version of 40k that we have, they are important. Does that make sense? You with me? We don't need them. VAT grown. Oh, right, okay. That makes much more sense. Every battle has some guard of every planet would be gone. Every battle has some guard or every planet would... Yeah, exactly. The philosophical argument requires the premise of human morality is worth saving and the human exceptionalism. The Emperor believes in
guard are going to be my next army.
Thank you for the donation, Big Bad Peter Gaming. You're a hero. Super chatters are heroes. It's a good choice, especially with all the new kits coming out. Good choice. I actually think they're... I mean, well, from what we've seen online, I actually think the new kits are really pretty. I honestly think this is going to be a great release for them. I think they look really, really nice. And I know some people are a bit sad that they're all Cadian. I still think I've never had any interest in collecting or building any kind of Cadians before, really. Never really had the interest at all. That's changed with these models. I actually think that I could legitimately field a whole force of Cadians and be proud of it, rather than thinking they just look like shitty. The current Cadians just aren't that great. Not horrific, but they're not that great. I've never really been excited about them, and now I'm very excited by them. Kai, you can do it a couple of ways, mate. You can either message me on Discord if you're on Discord. If you're not on Discord, you just email me, liam@deploymentzone.tv. liam@deploymentzone.tv. Do that, and I'll get them out to you, mate. Isn't it clear Votan are the most important as capitalism is king? Without Votan, there is no economy, and we can't survive without that. We're not going to start talking about Votan being the most important thing already. No. Don't start justifying the fact you've collected them just because they're super powerful. Right? I'm not going to accept that. It's not going to happen. Does this mean you have a review set and are under NDA? I guess you can't answer. I couldn't answer whether I did or didn't. Couldn't answer. Not allowed to say. I'll use the kit, but kit bash my Krieg onto them. I'm holding out to see if we get a traitor guard option in the codex. Do I want to see traitor guard? Yes, 100% I want to see traitor guard. Will you get it in the standard Astra Militarum codex? 100% you won't. Absolutely you won't. There's just no way. So I would love to see a traitor guard version exist. I'd like to see a traitor guard released in the future. It would be so it's like Chaos Space Marines and Space Marines. Could you imagine them releasing a Space Marine codex before the Chaos ones and giving you the option for Heretic Astartes or, Fallen? It's just not going to happen. How easy would it be to convert the new Cadians to other guard regiments? No idea. We'd have to wait till the models come out and see what they're like. If you look at the Kriegers, if they're put together like the Kriegers, I'd imagine it'd be quite difficult. But they could be multi-part like Cadians were. It might be easier then. Who knows? Depends on how they put the kits together. I've got a theory on how they're putting kits together now and how they're designing infantry models. And I think they're quietly attacking bit sites. Because if you look at Krieg, Banshees, I'm just looking around at plastic things that are in front of me.
How do factions that hate Psychers space travel?
I have no idea. But they do, don't they? Factions who hate Psychers do space travel. Factions that don't have Psychers space travel, like Tau space travel, they don't have any Psychers. They don't hate them, but they don't have any. There's got to be a way. Yes, the new guardsmen, etc. Not guardsmen, guardians, etc. I'm looking at these and I'm like, looking at the way they're put together. It used to be, right, cut out a set of legs for Space Marines, glue the two halves of the torso together, glue your two arms on. And it seems to be going away from that a little bit. And I'm wondering if it's a tactic to slow down bit sites. Right? So if you look at the Kriegers, how easy is it for a bit site to release an upgrade spree for all of those models? It's actually really hard, because the arms are in different positions and the heads are in different positions, and it's not unachievable. It's not impossible, but it's more difficult than it was before. So I think that this is a tactic. So if you look at things like Blade Guard, Vets and stuff, I think this is a tactic. I'm convinced it's a tactic. So I would imagine, looking at Kriegers, the Cadians wouldn't be, or Cadians, whichever your preference is. Is it right, chat, Cadians or Cadians? I don't know how you're going to tell me which one it is, actually, because you can't talk back to me. But Cadians or Cadians? And if you can answer, Gaz, as to how factions that hate Psycho Space travel, because I haven't got a fucking clue. Not even quietly. Full-on attacking multi-pose is dying, so bits are harder. Yeah, I think so, Carl. I think so. Jimmy, evening. Grey name, someone snipe him. Someone snipe Jimmy. Someone get him. Cadian, says Alex. Yeah, that's what I think. Cadian says procrastinate, exactly. But fucking Joe always says Cadians, and I hate it. I think it's Cadians. Okay, cool. So we're all, apart from a couple of people, I think, Canadians, says Raphael. Cadians, not Cadians, says Carl. I'm sure that's what you said. Indians, the Smiley Medic. Cadian sounds shit. Yeah, but that's what Joe keeps saying, and I keep telling him he's wrong, and he won't listen to me. Keep bashing my Marines and getting a pain in the arse. Need to get used to green stuff, I think. Yeah. Cranian Brud. Welcome, bud. Another snipe. There's 2 snipes we need right now. Cranian Bud and Jimmy need sniping. Do a poll to settle the matter. No, I'm not going to do a poll for this. Joe is wrong on many levels. Joe is very wrong, yes. Jimmy got sniped. We got him. We got one. Well done, Ben. Well done, Ben. He's a fucking marksman, that Ben. He's an absolute fucking marksman. The amount of times he just one-shot someone. Great snipe. Great snipe. Targets in chat for Ben, right? Done. Human worlds follow a federalistic state approach, whereas the expansionist approach is one of imperialist. If these things are valued for human survival, then humans are the most important faction. Look at that. No snipes, I will not be forced into this club. You will. You will. You can't resist us. You can't resist us.
But if I snip Jimmy, I'd be arrested for murder.
No, you won't. It's fine. We're taking him to a better place, Big Bad Peter Game. We're taking him to the Great Hall. And coming and joining us in the Great Hall is the best thing you can do, right? It's just the best place. It's the best place, the Great Hall. So, you know, go and join us. Evening, John. Welcome, dude. Oh, by the way, you guys, the donations kept going after Friday. I think Chapter Master Spamrack also stuck his the link out to his audience as well. And the last time I checked, it was nearly at £3,500 for just giving for Models for Heroes. So I just want to say a massive thank you, people. You guys are amazing. Like, truly amazing. Thank you so much for that kind of support. It's incredible. So for him to have a target of £250, I don't know if is he in chat? Is Matt in chat? For him to have a target of £250, and the last time I looked, it was £3. In fact, should we look again? Where's my mobile telecommunications device? Come and join us anyway, Jimmy. Get in the Great Hall. Get in the Great Hall. It's worth hanging out with the beautiful people in there. Honest. Right, where are we? Here we are. Just giving. £3,400. Look at that. Can you gift memberships from the Android app, says Ben? No, I think you can only gift memberships from the website, which is frustrating for me because I want more people gifting. But, you know, Gazgul's in chat. Snipe him. They're pronounced food. Join the Discord. I know I'm in it, but don't let that put you off. It's a great fucking place, really, right? Truly humbling for us to see the support from the community. It's truly a thing of beauty. It's amazing, man. It's amazing, John. Right? I'm so proud of everyone for doing it, despite the fact they made me spend £100 on stream to donate, which I'm okay with. Cranium Blood, can anyone join the Great Hall? So the Great Hall is our Discord server, right, where everybody hangs out and talks about 40k and life and everything in general. Like, there's mental health channels and fitness channels and all kinds of stuff. Because it's a community that I'm running, it is behind a members paywall. You can pay £2 a month to be a member and get just Discord access for $1.99 through YouTube, or you can become a Scold for extra content, or there's lots of other levels that give you other benefits. So Jarls give you a monthly giveaway, Thanes give you a WhatsApp chat, Aces get you free event tickets. Thanes and Aces are strange people, okay? So they're definitely worth spending time with, but they are strange people because they spend a lot of money looking after me. So anyone can join the Great Hall. You just have to become a YouTube member. That's the only requirement. And if you don't want to spend the money, you can sit there and hope that someone snipes you with a gifted membership like Kianan just did, but he got Sanguinary Guard instead. Thank you, Kianan. That's free gifted memberships. That means I've got to update this by 3. There we go. 133 of the 200 goal. Look at that. Bail I any more? Oh, Gaz, I know. Oh, I'm talking to Gaz. I've been sniped. Cheers, Kianan. You got sniped. And then there is Darius. Well, we don't like to talk to him about too much. We don't like to talk to him about it too much at all. We just don't mention him, Ben, right? And then he might go away. By the way, the beard struggle stuff is awesome, isn't it? It's amazing. I looked at the donations. I think there are separate £1,000 donations from the same person. There is Boris. One person has donated £2,000 on their own, who I think is one of Valrak's community, which is just amazing. And that person should be crowned because that's just quite incredible. But it's just really nice to see that much kind of support for what Models for Heroes is. If you don't know the charity Models for Heroes is it uses the tabletop hobby, the hobbying side of it, to try and help people cope with things like PTSD and stuff, right? So you can build model kits and chill out and all that kind of stuff, and talk to the community, and it's a way of encouraging people out of the house. They basically use the hobby as therapy, which I think is something that we probably have all done at some point in our lives. So it's a really beautiful charity. They're a small charity. This stands to be already their biggest ever donation, and I know that because up until now their biggest donation was me at like £750. So the fact that they're at 3,400 already is quite frankly amazing. So, sorry, it's how mean David. Oh, you mean David? Come on, Will, give me a chance. More guard to the front line. We need that orc sniped. Oh, Ben sniped Nick on Knights. You guys are all getting Skull tier access as well, which means you all get to come and hang out on members only streams every Tuesday, 7:30. Members only. I don't know what we're doing this Tuesday. I think we're doing more squats, more Votan. Let's have a look at Google Drive and the stream availability. Boop, boop. And we'll go down to Tuesday. Me versus Joe, Leagues of Votan versus Raven Guard. Thursday, me versus Joe, Leagues of Votan versus Chaos Demons. Thursday's going to be an interesting one because we don't have a third player. It's just me and Joe, no loose. I might have to cancel that game actually. Oh, I don't really want to do that. I might have to do a talking head instead because it's just me and Joe. We don't have anyone else. Paddy's still away, Chris is away, Eddie's still away, and then Brom's away on Tuesday. So we might have to cancel Thursday and do a talking head stream instead. I don't like doing that. We'll see, team. We'll see. What's the difference between... Oh, I'm not going to read out Fanuc's jokes anymore. There's just too many of them. Can't snipe me. I'm pre-data slate bodyguard rule, says Gaz. You need to turn on accept gifts. Click on the present icon at the top of the chat, says Datsun Des. Question, best way to beat Votan? Speed, numbers. You and Joe special Talking Heads episode? Oh, we could do that. We could do a Joe guest Talking Heads episode. That's possible. I reckon. Not impossible. Best super chat suggestion for Thursday wins, and we'll do it. They bounce off my grot shields. I spent 2 CP. Fuck it. Whoever is playing Gaz, I give you credit where credit's due. Liam asked James to come Thursday. Why would I do that? I mean, I could, but we could just pull a guest in. I guess. Maybe. I don't really want to. Not sure I want to. I totally didn't wait till after you updated the count. You did, Ben, didn't you? Oh, fuck, I need to do that again now. Ugh, hang on. It's very depressing putting it up one at a time as well, by the way. But I'm still grateful. What's this spiky bit stick? Oh, don't get me started on that. I pre-ordered 3 guard box sets from my mail yesterday. They let you take orders already. That's nice of them. That's pretty cool of them. Oh, Cranium Brud. Look at that, becoming a member all by himself. What a hero. You get access to Discord now. Special Talking Heads, yeah. Pinning Votan seems to be popular. What do you mean by pinning, Ben? Tell Luce there's no other options. You'll have to play or there'll be no... No, because she's not going to be here, Soups. It doesn't work. Too complicated to figure out. I just joined on my own. What a legend. Oh, bless you, mate. I mean, it's low value, right? So hopefully it's not too much of a hit to come and join Discord, but it's full of great people. Come hang out. I'm very proud of it. Very, very proud of it. time like this, you could do a Black Stone Fortress. Yeah. So I've been talking to our friends at Factorum this last weekend about filming other gaming systems in the future, because I don't really want to replace a stream, right? So we were thinking that if we were going to add other gaming systems, etc., to the channel, we would probably do it as pre-recorded content, maybe. And I was like, oh, we could do some Star Wars Legion or some Bolt Action and stuff like that. So it doesn't always have to be Games Workshop products. So they were like, they said, what's stopping you? I was like, we don't have the armies, right? We don't have the armies to play the games. And painting and building is time, and time is money, right? And we don't have a lot of that right now. We don't have a lot of either of those things right now. Especially since we've been putting money into this new PC for the stream. So I fucking completely forgot that we're there, Will, to be honest. We've been putting this money we've been getting over the last month or two into the stream so we can build this new PC, which I've nearly got all the bits for. So it's just not going to happen anytime soon. And then they turn around and say, well, actually, we've got both the Star Wars sides built and painted. We've got plenty of Bolt Action armies. So you can just use our stuff, right? Just use our stuff if you want. And I was like, that's amazing. So we may be able to, between Joe and I at some point in the near future, put together some extra videos on things that aren't 40k. I really would rather stream it, but I don't want to take away from what we're currently doing. So we do okay for revenue at the moment, but it's fragile, and I feel like if we dropped a 40k stream for a non-40k stream, it'd probably hurt us more than anything. So I want to stream it, but I can't stream it because it means replacing a 40k stream. Does that make sense? You with me? Follow me? So we'll probably do some extra pre-recorded content of Legion and Bolt Action, I reckon. I'm happy to paint stuff. I'm not great, but at distance it looks okay. Your stuff is fine, mate. Stop putting yourself down. Is it true that speed paints reactivate? No idea. I think from what I understand, Army Painter have acknowledged that there is a small problem with it, Kai, and if you seal it with, I think, a matte varnish, it doesn't reactivate. But I don't know. I don't know. I've never used it. I've never reviewed it. I've tried not to get involved in the clickbaity drama that's going on with spiky bits and the articles that have happened. I've seen some of it on Twitter. I've seen other YouTubers that have done videos on it. I just don't need to get involved with negativity. It's just not worth it. If you still stream it but on a different day, that'd be an extra night's work, sure, but surely less time than it take to edit down after. Yeah, but when Soups? Saturday nights is me and Loose nights, so Monday night's my only night off, and even then it's not. I end up working. I stream 5 nights a week at the moment. I don't know when I'll fit it in, mate. Maybe at some point, though. Don't drop a 40k stream, that'd be financial suicide. Well, exactly. And they don't... Right, they used to... 40k streams... I make as much money off of 5 40k streams now as I used to make off of 3. So... that tells you how it's going right now for people, right? Maybe do a pre-record and see if there's enough views. I mean, that's the other thing as well. We could test the water with it. We'll see. Spacehawk, if you get hold of a box, I could live vicariously through you and Joe's. Well, that's a possibility, right? In my experience, it's because people don't let the paint dry properly. That's interesting. To be honest, I'd love to play a game of Bolt Action. The models look gorgeous. Bolt Action is a great game system as well, actually. It's really, really good. I'm pretty sure for starters, you could easily do a different system once a month on a Tuesday. I doubt I'll sort of be disappointed. That was something that I thought about. So last middle one Tuesday a month, we could try a different game system for members only. But I don't know. It's hard. Like I said, 3 40k streams used to make as much money as what 5 does now. So it's a difficult one because I want to play these extra games because I think that there could be some potential growth in the channel for it. But I can't replace current content with it on a frequent basis because Kai said it himself, it'd be financial suicide. Absolutely. I've been looking at bolt action, to be honest, as I'm at my limits with guard and chaos. Bolt action's a great gaming system. The models aren't as nice, to be fair, Will, on the whole. But as a gaming system, it's really, really good. I've been speaking to Warlord Games as well, who make it, so there's a potential that we could get some support in the future for them for something or other. I don't know, but they seem like top people as well. For the streams, I come to watch you Muppets. Even you play not 40k. Would be curious to know if Brom needs 40 minutes for his first turn. Liam, I'm gonna have to tell you off. Make sure you spend some time on you. Get on those drums. I don't have time right now. If things pick back up again, like views and revenue and stuff, then maybe I've got time for that. But not right now, Dave. We've got to focus on keeping this going. Man died after drinking varnish. It was a terrible end, but a beautiful finish. Brilliant. Carl's going to drop off. Welcome, Carl. Sorry, thank you, Carl. Thanks for hanging out, man. Take care, you. Cassell, bring in the karaoke machine to the Great Hall. You fuck off. Newcastle Kane audiobook out today. If anyone's interested, The Great Good. I have not got to that one yet. Pre-recorded bot action, possibly. I want to play the Fallout game. I've not played that. I've not even looked at that one. I've played bot action. I've looked at Star Wars Legion. I've played Song of Ice and Fire, a Song of Ice and Fire, which is someone help me out. Game of Thrones. I've looked at Middle Earth Fantasy Battle Game, which is Lord of the Rings, but that's also Games Workshop. What else? BattleTech. Original, not Alpha Strike. So a number of things I've been playing or looking at playing, so we can maybe expand it. But I feel like it's like, okay, so we do bot action on a Tuesday, say once, and we might gain a load of people because bot action. We probably won't, but we might. And then at the end of that, we say, well, actually, we're not going to do bot action for probably another 2 or 3 months, and then all those people that have joined don't watch. That's bad for the it's bad for the algorithm. The YouTube algorithm is fickle and horrific. Horrific. Doesn't take a lot for you to piss the algorithm off, right? Doesn't take a lot for you to piss the algorithm off. And then the algorithm tanks you hard. And you can do it without even knowing. You can't replace it. There's a reason 40k is such a huge audience. Only D&D is bigger. Yeah. Never played D&D either. Flames of War is fun. Models are hard to get. I want to have an Italian bot action army full of L3s. Sounds fucking cool. Battlefleet Gothic. Yeah, I'd love that. I want that to come back properly. Risk is pretty good miniature figure game. Rules are really simple. Cass, no, don't start. Not for your pesky fucking £2 either. £8 super chat so far. It's less than minimum wage. Risk is pretty good miniature game. A miniature figure game. Rules are really simple. Drop fleet or drop zone? Drop fleet. Is it drop fleet commander? I've been playing a 5 parsecs campaign using my 40k min as a sort of rogue trainer sign. Most enjoyable, cheap too, since the 40k stuff is compatible. That sounds cool.
Karaoke machine.
Infinite is huge in Asia Pacific region. Is it? I've got some friends who like Infinite actually. Oh yeah, Battlefleet Gothic, get orcs and make Joe play pirate orcs with tricorder hat, shouting war in pirate voice. I don't think we'd ever get Joe to war, right? Bot action for Remembrance Day. I mean, that wouldn't be bad, would it? But spin-off channel with other games, but have it as Joe's channel. Oh God, no. Not worth it, Garsty. Not worth the car crash. Absolutely not. Dark Tide stream. Computer games though. I've seen a number of 40k YouTubers that have on their 40k channel started to stream 40k games, and they just don't do well. They just die, and I don't think I would be. I need to see if I can do the Battlefield thing again, because I haven't done much with that, because I just don't feel like I'm good at talking to you guys like this. I say I'm good. This is very egotistical. I feel like I'm okay at talking to you guys in chat like this. I feel like I'm okay at that. But with computer gaming, I don't think I'd be that good at it. I don't think I would be. I think I'd be pretty bad at it, because I get too into the computer game. I've tried it once. I wasn't very good. Maybe it's just something that needs practice. I think about like motor vlogging and stuff in the future. I don't know. There's lots of things. I have to try and not turn all my hobbies into work though, just because I panic about money. How much to get Joe to shout "Wah"? Brom's "Wah" was great, but Joe's face was worth it. I don't. You seem a tad weary. I am a tad weary today, Asbo. I'm tired. Kebab and chill. I am tired, man. It's fine. gamers typically go to Twitch first for gaming streams rather than YouTube. Yeah, I mean, there's some big gaming streams on YouTube now. A lot of them have come over. So, I think YouTube have done some work to bring people over. Like Tim the Tapman. So he's one of the big famous ones who moved not too long ago for a lot of money, from as far as I understand. He came over, and I was watching a stream he was doing the other day. When was Joe last here? Thursday. And at one point he had 39,000 live viewers. And I was like, fucking hell. Are you okay, fella? You look knackered. I am knackered. You need to do things that you like to do. People are here for you and your enthusiasm. I get that. And I'm very grateful. But that doesn't pay the bills. So, I like working. Don't worry about it. I'm happy. Mostly. Just don't like watching Twitch over YouTube. I see, Ghasty, I used to stream to Twitch. Because originally, when I started streaming, this is a while ago now, before the latest round of streaming that we started sort of just over a year ago on YouTube. And so when I first started streaming, I just streamed to Twitch because I always was like it was the YouTube was for videos and Twitch was for streaming. That was just kind of the thing, right? And it was like you didn't have all this short stuff. That was just it. You just had Twitch for streaming, YouTube was videos. And obviously over time, companies have sort of realised that Twitch really had a bit of a golden nugget there with streaming, donating money to highlight chat messages, for example, gifting Substroke members depending on the platform, etc. It's just better monetization compared to a video. Like there's a short on the channel, right? The Votan short. I was looking at this one today, so the only reason why I'm now looking at my analytics. There's a Votan short on the channel that, for some reason, took off a little bit. So most of them did less than 1,000 views. This one hit 2.7 thousand views, right? So here's some interesting information for you. 2.7 thousand views, 16 pence in ad revenue. Right? Let's go back to actual content. Let's go to videos. Let's go to above typical intro average. Hang on. Find a video that did okay. 7,000 videos. Chaos Space Marine ruined before release. Codex review. 7,000 views. 7,000 views. Analytics. 7,100 views. Tons of effort put into it. £33. So you can see where people were like, Twitch is the future. And we did that. Like me and Mikey P used to stream to Twitch every Sunday or Monday, depending on my work routine. So we would, depending on when I was working nights, depending on whether we would do a Sunday or Monday, we always knew in advance. We could always tell the audience. And we used to go out to Twitch, and it was just better. It was just flat better. And then once YouTube launched streaming, specifically with memberships and super chats, I think it's just monetized better than Twitch. Remember as well, Twitch takes 50%, YouTube takes 30%. So it's just flat better for you as well. Why did we start talking about this? How do we go down this route? Oh, because Garcia said just don't like watching Twitch. Yeah, okay. So I originally used the Twitch platform because it was better for monetization than YouTube. But I agree with you. I don't like the user experience of Twitch personally. I'm not a fan of it. It's not horrific. I'm just not a fan of it. So when YouTube improved their monetization and went, here we go. This is how we're going to monetize content on YouTube for live streams. It was a no-brainer to me as a person who, like, I'm horrific. I'll turn my computer on, and the first thing I do, click YouTube. Boop, YouTube. Here we go. Off we go. That's how it works. Like straight away, boop, YouTube on. And I'm like, what have I done that for? I don't even want to watch it. But yeah, must have been tired from the football. That was depressing. Let's not talk about that, right? Bolt action for Remembrance Day would be so nice to see from yourself being ex-service. Make it a thing. It won't happen this year because I've not got the time to get it ready. But I like the idea of adding bolt action in the future. I'm worried about the state of 40k right now and the monetization of the channel. Because it seems to be killing people's vibe for the hobby. So it's one of the reasons why I'm looking at spreading out into other gaming systems, in the off chance that means that we might still be able to keep the numbers up, even though 40k isn't doing so well. And that's why it's like, well, then I would need to stream it in order to keep those numbers up. But as in like monetization, etc. But I don't have the time to stream. It's a hard world. This. Thank you, Rimney, you fucking absolute legend, for gifting 5 memberships. What a hero! Love you dearly. Thank you so much. 5 people banged straight away from Rimney. That helps. 5 more memberships helps. Thank you so much, man. Love you. 140. What a dancer. What a dancer. 60 away from the total. Where are we? Shorts are a dud. Too much shop talk. Off to watch something else. Have a nice evening, lads. Thanks, Spider-Maniac. Thanks for hanging out with us, man. Over 145 watching. Hit that like button. What happened with the 2... Oh. I'm not even going to read Fanuc's comments anymore. Bit late, have some gifts. Thanks, Grimney. You're a hero. 160 are watching Liam's stream. Hit that like button to make him gleam. Cass is like, look at him rhyming and shit. As a new member, I feel obliged to ask the question: do you like the moving away from First World War theme? Do you like the moving away from First World War theme of the Imperial Guard to a more World War II theme with the new tank? Yes. Yeah, I mean, the Russ is a classic design, and I really love the Russ. But the Rogel Dawn is also, I think, looking like a very... I need to get my hands on the kit first. But quite frankly, it's not really moving away, simply because the Russ isn't going anywhere. The Russ is still going to be a core, right? Look at the size of the Rogel Dawn. You have to, and the weapons it's got, or the weapons they've shown us already, you have to think it's going to be double the points of a Russ, roughly, logically. So I don't think you're going to see it replacing Russes. I think Russes are still going to be a staple part of people's army. So we've not moved away from World War One. We've added things in that have a later war aesthetic. For that, I mean, I'm a World War One and 2 nut, right? It's what my arms are covered in already. So anything World War One and 2, I'm happy with it. I love it. It's perfect. So I really like it. One of the reasons why I love the Krieg vibe is because of the old greatcoats. Just mad for it. I feel like the Cadians that we've seen previewed look very much World War II American infantry. It's the vibe I get from them. I don't know if that's just me, but that's the vibe I get from them. So mixing them in with World War I vibe Kriegers and World War I vibe Krieg tanks and World War II vibe, I'm fucking all about that life. I think it's amazing. So I really like it. I think this release is going to be massive. I'm a bit sad that it doesn't look like we're going to get individual model upgrades. Like, how hard would it have been to release a new Master of Ordnance or a new Officer of the Fleet or whatever? I mean, I'm assuming they're still in the book. They might have taken them out, to be fair. Maybe that's why we're not going to get them. And I would have controversially, considering the rumors that are out there, I would have loved to have seen a new Yarrick model. But alas, it doesn't look like it's going to happen. I think this was the perfect time to do it, but hey. You want to see a match? I did want to see a match, yeah. Well, still 40k, but more nah. Stream shirtless? I don't think that'll help, Carl. That'll make it worse. Kicky ball bores my eyelids down, says Dave. Full auto sniper is not cool. It fucking is. Still 40k, but more narrative, or even better, a campaign. So Joe and the lads have already been talking about a campaign they're thinking about putting together in the future, right? Already thinking about it. So there's things we're thinking about to try and make it more fun and interesting. Won't kill my vibe at all. Lost 5 games in September. I went and claimed the wooden spoon. It's what I went for. I have fun. Yeah, I mean, I'm still having loads of fun, by the way. Cass, don't you worry. I'm still having loads of fun. Do more narrative. Guard feel post World War II to me almost Red Alert-ish. Oh, Red Alert. If you want to keep numbers up or increase numbers, you need to tap into other areas of the market, given larger players will soak up their respective market. What, for 40k, Kai? Like what, though? Praetorian tank was not there for KD. Craft D Viking? Same. I think it's the helmets which do it for me. Yeah, I think, yeah. I really fancy eating pancakes, bacon and maple syrup as Dave B. Good man. Thinking with your stomach. I like that. Guard need more variety like they used to. What do you mean? What sort of variety, though, Fanuc? Like, in terms of regiments or units? Alas, poor Yarrick. Was that on purpose? Who knows? Who knows? Someone say Yarrick, Gaz straight back in it. I'd like a Kane model. I'd love a Kane model. I'd like to do that as like a limited run thing. Well, they did it for Gaunt's Ghosts. I'd love if they released a Kane model with Jurgen and a transport, you would see fucking Joe Yogurt everywhere, wouldn't you? I'm still new to this community. Is Discord both for Valrak and Liam, or are they separate entities? How dare you? This is not for Valrak. Discord, hang on, I'll get you a Discord link. Wait. Ready? Discord. Right, there's a link coming. Just click it. It will chuck you into our server. There you go. Click that link, you're in. Liam, move it. No, I'm not reading that out. I'm going in November and plan to 5-0 this GT. I could bloody dream. Good man. Anyone else see my grot banner? I'd like to see... I'm just going to ignore Gaz now. I'd like to see a Ferris Manus tank. It'd be like Rogue Dawn, but with no turret. Oh, dear. Oh, dear. More regiments. Okay. Yeah, I mean... I kind of get coming away from all the regiments. It's hard from a kit perspective. So I question this, actually. What have we got, right? We've got infantry squads, command squads, heavy weapons teams. We've now got field ordnance batteries, cavalry.
I love the fact the new Lord Solar has the old 1990s Imperial Guard look of the rogue trader.
I love that model, by the way. I know he's so Marmite, but I love that model. I love him. So you've got cavalry, you've got field batteries, you've got heavy weapons teams, you've got infantry teams, and you've got command squads. Am I missing anything? Veterans and specials could probably come under the command squad. So you'd need to produce 5 separate boxes for each regiment, which you probably wouldn't, because you could probably combine a few. If you were super clever with the design, and I'm saying this as a person who's never designed models, right? So pinch of salt. But if you were super clever with the design, could you mix and match certain factions together? Could you have a kit that made Valhallans and Krieg, a kit that made Mordians and something else, Praetorians, a kit that made Cadians and... Oh, what would Cadians go with? Maybe Talon, potentially, kind of. Like, if you could do that, maybe then you could only release 4 kits of each kit. We're still talking like 15 to 20 kits just to make sure we cover every regiment. Right? I don't think it's that easy. By the way, Rimney, thank you so much for the donation. Super important. There's not a lot tonight. You guys are amazing. 10% of all Super Chat revenue in November. 10% of all Super Chat revenue in November is going to go to the Royal British Legion. Royal British Legion is a charity in the UK that supports veterans and current serving of the armed forces, UK armed forces. 10% of our Super Chat revenue every single month gets donated to charity. This month, we're donating it to Royal British Legion for the Poppy Appeal. Okay? So, just so you know, they're getting £1.36 tonight. Is Valrak saying hiding or did he return? No, Valrak said, I'm quitting 40k on a clickbait video and then continue to make nothing but 40k content after then. So, just so you know. I love him though. I was talking to him the other day at Rhino Hammer, which is the event we're raising money for Models for Heroes. He's going to be at that event. I'm going to be there too, so it'll be good to hang out with him again actually. List of things we need: Kane model, Jurgen model, Inquisitor Veil, and Mortana. 100% Mortana, sir. So people have already mentioned narrative. I've seen you do some shorts on fluff and painting, etc. Lawrence at Table Tactics has said his market is pre-recorded content and won't do live streams. Has he said that? Has he actually said that, Kai? I thought he was low. I thought he was getting ready to do live streams. I think that's a mistake. I think his audience. I think his team would be very good at live streams. I reckon. Valhallan's Krieg, Mordian's Praetorian was exactly where my head went. They sound very doable. Yeah, I think so, Soups. Right? I think so. I think that's possible. Quipster's here. Hello, Quipster. Everyone say hello to Quipster. Maybe the new Cadian kits are done in such a way that upgrade sprues for other regiments can be released. Who knows? I'd hope so. Could do different infantry squad boxes with all special weapons and one heavy. Possible. Therefore, if TTT only wants to do pre-recorded content, that's their market, and currently the biggest player, I think they are likely to soak the market up. Well, I mean, they just are the best at pre-recorded in this country, aren't they? Quite frankly, they're just the best at pre-recorded. So, I get what you're saying, but I also think him not doing live stream games is a mistake. I think Lawrence's team would kill live streams. I think they do a really good job. But it's his business. It's up to him, isn't it? I kind of welcome him not doing them because it means he doesn't compete with me, because I feel like he'd just win that fight. So, gonna count Yarrick's jumping a chimera to help me sleep. Amazing. Would love to see Imperial Guard assault troops like the jump pack and twin last pistol ones of old. I kind of like the Scions vibe with deep strikes though. Look at War Games Atlantic. They make several kits that can make different regiments and factions, says Mystics. Do they? I've not seen. Tim Chaser coming in there with 5 more gifted memberships. I love you. You're so beautiful, Tim. You're such a beautiful human. You're all beautiful humans. Tim, you're a beautiful human. We've got 3 minutes I'm supposed to turn off. That's the lowest super chat revenue I've ever had. Just not to make you feel guilty at all. I'm just saying. See, Liam, less people to go up against. Well, yeah. Reckon I could get away with converting Tanith to look like 95th Rifles and bring back Major Richard Sharp. Yes, do it. Nordost getting another membership as well, just as I updated it as well. Fucking hell, Nordost. Thank you, though. Thank you so much. Love you. Love you all. Love you all dearly. Where are we? What do you think of the new Orky Christmas model? Have they announced him? I'm not trying to give anything away here. I'm just going to look for something. Just for a minute. You can talk amongst yourselves. Just you keep looking. You keep talking amongst yourselves. You keep talking amongst yourselves. You keep... Oh, I haven't seen him. Have you not seen it? It's so good. Is it? Is it the goth musician? I can't find it. Where is it? Ghastly days. I don't want pity super chats. I don't want pity super chats right at the end before I turn off. War hamster community. I'm looking at the. I'm trying to find the article right now, by the way, for this Christmas Orc. The Goth Rocker takes stage. Okay, here we are. Takes the stage as this year's commemorative Christmas superstar. We're reaching the end of a massive year for Warhammer, from the shock return of the Leagues of Votan to the explosive growth of the Gnarlwood in Gur. It's almost time to wrap it up with another cracking Christmas. And there'll be no
penny for the Liam. Embarrassed smiley face.
Don't, Ghastly. Don't. And there'll be no half measures. More festivities, more battle forces, and more Warhammer than ever. But what's that sound? It's the delicate jingle of Yuletide bells to usher in our winter festivities. No, my friends, it's the ear-shredding, teeth-churning guitar riffs of the only Christmas spirit worthy of ringing a Warhammer holiday season. Not very Christmassy, is it? It doesn't... Ladies and gentlemen, we present the Goth Rocker, fresh from whatever bizarre Christmas dimension last year's Red Gobo bounce out of. This year's commemorative miniature is the phenomenal ode to a trio of musical odd boys from the early days of Warhammer 40k. Apparently, it's for its 35th anniversary. This supremely confident titan of the 41st millennium music scene amplifies the power of his unique discography for a stick bomb microphone. Okay, it's actually just a stick bomb.
For our lads and lasses.
Thank you, Biblical Nipple. I love you. What a hero. And his faithful amp squig. Was the squig born with the amp, or did the genius doc put it in there? It's unlikely we'll ever know. The goth rocker is even making a play for this year's Christmas #1. His debut single drops next Saturday. It's full of face-melting riffs, and we guarantee there'll be no silent night. Join us next week when the goth rocker debuts his orchestrally festive music video, and get ready to start streaming on Spotify and Apple as we paint the Christmas charts green. Sign up for the War Hamster community newsletter to learn more about when the goth rocker will be available, and to keep up to date with his attempts to top the charts. I mean, I fucking hate it.
Rage Against the Machine have a Christmas #1.
They do, you're right. I mean, I'm not going to lie to you. I hate it. I think it's awful. Sorry for talking shop. I'm off to bed. Apologise for boring folks. I'll send my address tomorrow. You're good, Kai. Love you. Thank you so much for hanging out, man. Again. Aloha from Hawaii. Hey, welcome, dude. Welcome, man. Yeah, it's I really don't like that model at all. Just me? Just me. Sorry. It's it's not Christmas. The music is Christmas. That's not a Christmas model, though. Other half just pointed out the model's mostly green and red. How is that not Xmas-y? It's awful. No, not for me. It kind of personifies a lot of what I hate about orcs and the way they do orcs. Just this cartoony shit. I don't like it. I don't like it. The first Grig's facial expression perfectly captures my reaction. Crafty Viking, I hope they have got the people who did the music for Shooters, Blood and Teeth for the song next week. I dread to think. Top 10 on Spotify, not happening. I want one, says Big Bad Peter Gaming. Vex is here, welcome Vex. It's I bet if it was a guard rocker you'd love it. I wouldn't though, I'd hate it. I've got no place for this comedy nonsense in 40k. I don't like comedy. I was the person who would remove as many Nurglings as I possibly could from all the Death Guard range. Is it Votan awful? Well, you'll love it next week. I don't love Votan, Laura. I don't mind playing them right now. I think they look nicer on the tabletop than I imagined they would be. I don't love them. I'm not hating playing with them, but I don't love them. I don't love this at all. I think this is awful. What makes it worse is the fact that there's an amp squig and an actual guitar. Like an orc would actually have an electric guitar that looks like an electric guitar. It's like banners, right? Joe's got a thing about banners. I don't understand banners in the 41st millennium. It just makes sense. Emperor's Children Rockin' X. We've had that one, haven't we, Vex? I hated that model too. If it's just the colour, if you paint a turd red and green, is it Christmas? Laura says, I love the city, it drew me in. Yeah, well, I mean, that's the thing, right? So to be clear, despite the fact that I don't like it, that doesn't make it terrible. I just don't like it. And if you like it and I don't like it, that doesn't make me right and you wrong. We're all inclusive. If you like it, you like it. That's cool. If you don't like it, you don't like it. That's cool. And I don't feel like anyone's right or wrong there. Right? So, you can love it, Laura. And if they send me one, maybe you can have it. Maybe we'll call it a belated wedding present if they send me one, because I don't have any interest in that model whatsoever at all. Guardsman on bagpipes. Remove Nurglings, that's just wrong. I took as many of them off as I could without actually... Like, if I had to cut into the model and then sculpt, I wasn't going to do it. But if I could just not put them on the base, I wouldn't put them on the base. Didn't put them all over Mortarian's base. Fuck that. I'd love to be able to play bagpipes, badass instruments, says Dave B. Aren't you just a giant bagpipe? Wait, give me all your Nurglings. I gave them to a friend of mine and he used them to make objective markers. And he would put the number of Nurglings on the base that was the objective. Thank you guys. Have a good evening, or I'll catch you next time. See ya. Thanks for hanging out. One Shot Will. I don't think it's really intended to fit into the lore or game, just for painting and fun. That said, it's a bit stupid. I'm glad you finished that sentence that way. Why wouldn't the orcs have guitars? Leave banners alone. We need to show Napoleon who's boss. No, I don't know. Why would you go in a battle nowadays, and even nowadays, let alone in the 41st one, with a giant fucking flag? Like, put it down. Get your fucking gun out. What's that gonna do? It doesn't make any sense. I am aware, by the way, team, that I am applying logic to the 41st millennium where there is no logic. But yeah, there's some things where I'm like, banners I can allow just about, simply because they can look super cool. But I do really need to stop applying logic to 41st millennium. I didn't put optional nurglings on my models either, but only so I could group them all together and get a few free actual nurgling bases. Reasonable.
Coming to GHG, it will be my first 40k game against an adult. Played first and second ed as a teen, got back in 8th, only played against my son, got to sword game.
To be fair, mostly harmless. If you've only played against your son, you probably played against someone who's more mature than half the people that will be coming to Great Hall Gathering. Exclamation mark GHG in chat, right? Thank you so much for the donation as well, by the way. Thanks for the super chat. I'm looking forward to seeing people there. Who hasn't bought a ticket, and if so, why not? It's £30 to come to the Great Hall Gathering. Lunch, dinner included, raffle tickets included, Q&As, quizzes, gaming slots, hobby slots. Possibly bringing dice. Just saying. Just saying. I plan on converting the guitar into a chopper. Bring back tradition, show them fear with a flag. Cheeky twat. Sorry, Dave. Sorry, Dave. Carl says he thinks he's coming now. Good man. Space Marines have leather belts. I know. Don't get me started. Don't get me started. I need to. Hang on. I need to work out what I'm going to do with this. By the way, I've got a pile of stickers. I don't know what to do with these. 1, 2, 3, 4. Top column. 2.5. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 17 stickers. What should I do with these? What should I do with these? I live in Denmark. Seems a bit far to go. No, it's not. I've got people flying over from the US for it. Why would you give sergeants swords instead of rifles? Exactly. Got the dice out for the first game this week. Loving the matte black. Has anyone in the US in chat received theirs yet? I don't know how long it's going to take to get there. Where's the Krieg at? I'm coming to bring it back down. In the green derpness of the 41st Amendment, there's only war, says Silver Crow. Yeah, exactly. Guard, though, I missed all the guard talk. You'd have to watch it back, Vex, won't you? Again, mine is stuck on my wet palette. Oh, did you get? Oh, you got yours already? Oh, of course you have. You're in the UK, aren't you? There's some cool stickers. I think they're nice, right? I've not bought one yet. Still discussing the trip. A bit long. It is, to be fair. It is. It is a bit long. America's... Yeah, apparently there's people coming from... Well, there's a person, I think, coming from the US. Adrian's coming from somewhere in Europe. I think, like... I don't know exactly where. Dress code for GHG, whatever the fuck you want, mate. It's Element Games. We're going to be there on the Thursday evening in Element Games having beers. Welcoming everyone. And then in the... on the day, we're obviously in Element Games for the event, and it'll be great. Luce has got some stuff organised. It's going to be... I'm really looking forward to it. I'm super excited for it.
I agree with you. 40k orcs miss the mark for me. Eos orcs look menacing, and how orcs should be especially new range.
Yeah, so the new Crawl Boys, Gaz, who's one of our moderators in chat, who you often see, Gaz is painting up new Crawl Boys for me for AOS. Because, I mean, they're very Tolkien-esque, but they're definitely the sort of orcs I want to see. I much prefer those kind of orcs. Like, massively prefer those. So, can only do the SAT. That's fine. Dress code, toga party. Whatever you want, naked bar. Naked bar. Right? We need to have a sing-along, much like karaoke. No, we don't, Cass. You can fuck off. To bring an army, I would have to take the car from Germany. Do you have a missus at home who needs the car? She can live out of it, right, for a couple of days. That's a long way to. It is a long way to drive from Germany. Having done that journey to Germany and back, it's a long way to come, mate. To be fair, I'm also joking, of course, when I say, why haven't you bought a ticket, you ungrateful fucks? I'm obviously joking when I say that because it is a long way. It is just before Christmas. We put it together because people asked us to. I was very conscious of the timings, and it was the only day that Element had that could work for us. So I am conscious of the time of year it is. I'm conscious of how far away it is for a lot of you. I don't expect anyone to make a huge journey. If you want to, you will be very well received. We'll obviously do everything we can to look after you and make sure you have a good time. We don't expect anyone to be clear, right? So I'm only joking, and I'm very grateful for the people that have already bought tickets. I think we're already going to have a great event with the tickets that we've sold. I'm excited to hang out with people just before Christmas, and I'm excited to be able to wish the whole community a Merry Christmas and say thank you for this last year. We are coming up to the end of my first year doing this full time, and it's still to this day terrifying every single day. So it's just a way for us to say, it's a way for me and Luce to say thank you to people. I want to say thank you to people. It's important to me. So there you go. Anyway, without trying to drag this out any longer to try and squeeze you people dry, I'm going to have to say goodnight because it's late. I'm exhausted. I want a nice evening to sit down and chill out before we start the grind tomorrow. Tomorrow I'm editing, and I'm editing a game for deploymentzone.tv that will go live on Tuesday, where I use the Leagues of Votan against Joe, and I think he bought Chaos Space Marines. I can't remember. So if you want to check out Leagues of Votan versus Chaos Space Marines, I think it's Chaos Space Marines. Or was it Guard? I don't remember. ! DZTV, I think it is still in chat, right? And you guys can come and hang out in Deployment Zone, watch us play more games. We put a pre-recorded battle report on DZTV every single week. It's just extra content if you want it. Otherwise, we will be back on Tuesday evening with the Leagues of Votan for our members-only game at 7:30 UK time. We will be putting notifications in Discord again, so make sure you come and hang out with us because you guys are beautiful humans and we love you lots. That's it from me from tonight. Thank you so much for hanging out with me, you beautiful people. I think it's everything. Is that everything? I think that's everything. You're all saying goodnight, so I feel like that's everything. Thank you so much for watching. If you haven't already, before you disappear, make sure you smash that like button for us. If you just listened and you haven't commented, hit that subscribe and make sure that bell notification is turned on so you don't miss all of our streams. If you turn those bell notifications on, by the way, apparently it lets you know if we go live for members only as well. Otherwise, I have to do it manually. So, you know. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you in the next one.